Okay. Ever since I was a little girl, I've always wanted to be a princess, and being a Hispanic, I realized that one day I could live that dream.
Un desafortunado accidente el cual me hizo cambiar la perspectiva y idea que tenía hacia mis padres.
During my freshman year, I applied for my passport.
What did you say?
I didn't say anything? Oh,
Did you say your story? A sentence about your story?
no.
You did? Okay.
I did,
there you go.
yeah.
Perfect.
That's how her story starts. I remember the part.
That's how I started.
So my experience in this United States and this school.
Yay, Maria.
How much time do we have?
5 minutes.
Where are you gonna be sitting? Are you gonna be letting see? I still get stuck on my tongue. Are you gonna be telling them it's 2 minutes close?
Yes, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna raise my hand like this, just casually. If you keep talking, I'm just gonna raise it up like this. So when you see it, just finish your sentence, it's good.
Okay.
So we're
Do
doing
you,
that, so we got everybody on.
do you un-
Any way you can see.
did you understand?
And remember,
Make the crowd dark. They will be dark. ¿Te comprende, señor Boff, dice?
yeah, she's gonna make it darker.
Matt, do
She's
you
gonna make
understand?
it darker when we start.
Did you understand what he said? So when you start talking and do your story, Mr. Boff is going to time you to make sure that you stay in the 2 minutes. And if you get to 2 minutes, he's going to just slowly raise up 2 so you know, okay, it's 2 minutes and I got to finish. ¿Tú comprende? ¿Tú comprende qué le dice señor Boff? Cuando dije tu historia, en sus teléfonos de señor Boff, es como ese tiempo de cuántos minutos. Y cuando obtener siguiente 2 minutos, señor Boff es que no levante la mano con 2, so that tú comprende es 2 minutos. And then you necesita hablando un poquito, like termine su historia. ¿Tú sabes?
Te voy a dar más de 2 minutos.
Like you can do like 2 minutos de like 15 segundos. 2 minutos de like 20 segundos, pero like
Más rápido.
Más rápido.
Cuando
no más rápido, like, pero like.
no pasa.
Lento. Y así,
¿Tiene
respira
pregunta?
hondo.
¿Y se debe tomar una foto en su teléfono, Miss?
Miss, sí,
I can
no
do it
te
from my
olvides.
phone.
Miss, no te olvides del que te dije.
No te pienses de qué?
Que no te olvides de lo que te dije.
¿Qué me dije?
I do not remember this, talked about this.
¿No te crees que le dije?
Lo que me dijiste es que lo que te dije.
¿Qué no lo recuerda?
Ay, Miss.
Toda información es nueva. Oh, sí. What? Yes, Pablo and Jonathan can go. Va a la clase con periodo de I. I know.
We got what, 5 minutes?
3 minutes. Here, you want the mic? I don't need the mic.
Yeah, we're staying on the stage.
Sit down.
So, after the story, they sit on the front, right?
Anybody
Oh.
have any other questions?
That's what I thought.
Okay. Can we start? Not right now. I can't talk if you don't have an ID. How do we feel? Are we okay?
Yeah, everybody okay?
Everybody, you made a decision to be here, and you have no idea how proud we are of you. This takes a lot of courage.
It took me until I was 40 years old to start telling stories. You guys are doing it like 20 years before me. So you guys are like way ahead of me already. Yo empecé a contar historias cuando yo tenía 40 años, ustedes ya las están contando ahorita. Entonces están mucho más avanzados que lo que yo pude haber soñado en mi vida. No. No. When I was in high school, no. I was a nerd.
No, I did not tell stories.
You know what I did when I was in high school? I wrote songs. There was a group in my high school that played cumbia music, and I wrote songs for them. It was so cool. And then I got married, and all that, so that went to hell. I got married too young, and like I could have been like a famous musician, but no. I don't know how to play any instrument, but I know like Yeah, so I'm a Leo, you know. Yeah, Leos we tend to be like that, like spotlight. So, all right. When they do call, everybody remember to applaud. Just remember to applaud for everyone. I had an idea. Yeah. Hazte un poquito para acá. Hacía un poquito para acá. Can you move the chair a little bit? Because they're gonna be filming, so the person in the back. I don't want the person in the back to be there all. Can you switch your mouse? Can you switch? ¿Lo puedes mover un poquito más para acá? Can you move a little bit this way? Can you move a little bit? Espérate, quede.
You're all saying.
Can you move a little bit this way? A little bit this way. So that we got a space in the middle. Hold on. I'm going to move the chair. All right. ¿Te puedes mover un poquito para acá? One more. Yeah. Can you move your chair as much as you can?
Okay, that's it.
Can you move it some a little more? Can you move your chair? Can you move your chair? Vamos a Porque van a estar grabándose para que no te vean la cara todo el día. Un poquito más para acá. Para que no te estén grabando aquí todo el día. Más. Can you move that? No, that way. See, they're going to be filming. Oh, no, you're still in the middle. Yeah. Can you move that way? Yeah. I'm trying to get you out of the middle so they don't film you for every story. Can you move this way a little bit more? ¿Te puedes mover un poquito más para acá? Yeah. That way, okay. There you go. It's going to be dark anyway, but I just want to make sure. Whew. Is she okay?
Yeah. She just wants me to stay behind her.
At the end, everyone, one last announcement. Un último anuncio. At the end of the presentation, when we finish with the pictures and everything, I want you to stay here for a little bit because each person that tells a story is going to get a watermelon burrito. So I want you to choose your watermelon burrito.
Dos otras sorpresas, 2 other surprises.
Bueno.
I have
Oh,
two-
all right.
Jackie, Nestor, can you stand right in the middle? I'm going to take a picture of all of you. So I want you in there too, Jackie, because you're helping so much.
Oh, we're taking a picture.
Okay, good. Now, can you guys all give me a thumbs up? Give me a thumbs up or a peace sign. You choose, whatever you want. Here you go. 1,573. Thank you.
I don't know what 1,005.
Y como yo quería hablar más, pero como son los 2 minutos, yo creí que iba a ser más tiempo.
¿Qué tan más querías hablar? Oh, de lo que se te olvidó decir.
No,
No, I got you.
never mind, mister.
Do you need this?
Yes, please. Yes.
What? What's your problem? What's the matter? What's the matter?
No, she's just a little bit worried about the time. But
Like el tiempo total or tu historia?
Like,
Tony. The 2 young girls. They are going to be speaking, but because they're going to be speaking, they're going to try to. They're going to go a little bit more than 2 minutes. So just give them 3 minutes, okay?
Sure.
Okay.
Which one? Right here, the white?
Breaker 19.
It's good, right? Because it goes into, and the first one is, right? I don't, that doesn't say anything actually. Purpose.
28 clases. Con la invitación. 22 clases.
Guys, come down here. Come down to the front. Everybody stand up.
Trust register, and then I won't say first then.
No,
Then you'll.
I'll say la primera persona. O la primera
You don't even
historia.
have to like say anything. Just start from there. So I'll say that. You say that. Okay.
Okay, I'm sitting right here behind you.
Are you going to be announcing it too?
Sí, yo voy a anunciar en español.
Just make sure to the other students to like applaud for them because like,
Oh, claro.
yeah. I mean, you know, but you know.
Bueno, sí, no, la primera cosa que voy a decir probablemente es que se callen para que puedan escuchar. No, pero que eso toma mucho coraje el estar parado aquí, así que le debemos por lo menos el mínimo respeto, ¿no?
Okay. I'm gonna, en video, más excited. Okay? Excited. Ready? Uno, dos, tres.
But I can just improvise with some Friday.
Friday.
Friday. Fin de semana largo.
Oh, yeah? Are you up on it?
Indigenous people there,
We
yeah?
don't celebrate. What happened in Chicago? Nothing. Nothing. We don't even take off the Martin Luther King Day. Nothing. It's bad in Chicago. Chicago is like they have you like they're trying to take days off, days away from you instead of like giving you more days. So are they going back to the road or no? No?
You guys move all the way down in your row. We're gonna have a hot
All right. I have my.
I mean, yeah, little. Maybe college. But it's pretty close. Depends on what's
How are you feeling? Are those t-shirts, the ones that sat on the front, those t-shirts? Are those three t-shirts? Oh. You're paying too much attention. Don't pay attention. You're like looking at me.
Bye. I don't have enough time to get them water.
Oh. It was in the cafeteria, no?
No.
I thought we left a bunch of little waters in the cafeteria.
Yes, they're in Amanda's office, all the way upstairs.
Oh.
And I don't want to go up there unless we get somebody to go up there.
About
It's all right. It's okay.
I'm Travis. I'm the ESL department head.
Oh.
A bunch of these are our students. Sorry,
nice.
I've been so busy. I haven't been able to come down.
But your students are amazing. Your
I've heard
students are
amazing things.
Yes, I did the storytelling, and they got up and started sharing their own stories. We honestly, we thought we were gonna have like 4 or 5 students.
Yeah.
Look at how many students we got signed up.
This is great. This is amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming, and we really appreciate it. Keep on the place for our students. Make us proud, all right? Yeah? Excited to hear your story. Adelaide. Adelaide. Excited to hear your story.
Samuel, ¿dónde está el elefante?
No, they got all sorts of good storytellers up here. This is Mr. Gomez from Chicago. He went to the
De la ciudad, cerca de Villanueva. Pues ya llevo aquí como 30 y tantos años. Llevo más tiempo aquí que en Guatemala. Llevo un montón de tiempo. Mi
How are you?
esposa es fuera y me regañan cada rato. Porque como jueves, Tuesday, ella dice que no lo digo bien. Aunque que pon la lengua en la boca del juego yo. The day before Friday. Lo mismo, the day after Wednesday. No, dice, no, Tuesday. Ajá, the day after Wednesday. Ya, la TH es bien difícil. Yeah. Yo era tartamudo por el tema de tartamudo. A veces todavía estoy hablando ahí y me traba. Nomás tienes que, lo que yo me digo a mí mismo es siempre voy a tartamudear. No te creas que voy a tartamudear, no, siempre voy a tartamudear. ¿Sabes? Ya, exacto. Y mientras más practiques, mejor lo vas a decir.
Right here. Right there.
Hay gente que ve oigo y dice, oh sí, yo sé hablar inglés, empiezan a hablar inglés y yo pienso, no sabes. It's okay, they're open. Aquí está con el stadium.
No, but
I think these are
No, you can sit there.
these are for our special guests.
no, I don't know.
No,
They're for our special guest.
To make it more comfortable.
You okay? Oh, maybe he's still coming in. You saw him? Well, maybe he's still coming in. There's still people coming in. Or maybe he thought away in the back.
¿Qué pasa?
So do you want to see him or you don't want to see him? Yeah, that's your boyfriend. No. Okay. Yeah, his hair is very easy to see. If you have a seat next to you, MP, move over to the MP seat because we need all the seats available. Do not let any open spaces. If you have a NPC next to you, move over. We got some seats here. If you have an NPC next to you, move over to the NPC. You can stay there. You can stay there. Yeah, don't worry about you. No, you can stay there. No, you can stay there. You can stay there. We actually don't want any of the other kids sitting here because the kids on the stage are going to get scared.
Oh, yeah, we're going to block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Bring them to the front.
We're good, but they got no more kids. We can go. Go.
But then we got all this open space now. We got a lot of open spaces in the front. Is there any way we could send some people to the front? Yes. We need like a whole row.
Thanks.
I know, miss.
We got all this open space right here. Thank you. Thank you.
No, that's okay.
Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Muy buenas tardes a todos. All right, let's get started. Good afternoon. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Ling Classical High School Bilingual Story Slam. Woo! Today we are celebrating the power of stories, of language, and of student voices.
Saludos y muy buenas tardes. Bienvenidos al Story Slam bilingüe de nuestra escuela, Ling Classical High School. Hoy celebramos el poder de las historias, de los idiomas y de las voces de nuestros estudiantes.
We are especially honored to welcome our guest storyteller today, Nestor Gomez. Nestor was born in Guatemala and moved to Chicago in the 1980s. He faced many challenges learning English as a new immigrant, but through perseverance, he discovered the power of storytelling. Since then, he has become one of the most recognized voices in the Chicago live storytelling scene. He has won dozens of Moth Story Slam competitions. He hosts his own storytelling show, and he uses his voice to uplift immigrants and bilingual experiences. We are so lucky to have him with us today.
Es un honor especial dar la bienvenida a nuestro invitado, Néstor Gómez. Néstor nació en Guatemala y se mudó a Chicago en los años 80. Enfrentó muchos retos al aprender inglés como nuevo inmigrante, pero con perseverancia descubrió el poder de contar historias. Desde entonces se ha convertido en una de las voces más reconocidas en la escena de narración en vivo en Chicago. Ha ganado docenas de competencias de Moth Story Slam y dirige también su propio espectáculo. Usa su voz para elevar las experiencias de inmigrantes y bilingües. Es un privilegio tenerlo con nosotros hoy.
Now, you may be wondering why a story slam. Storytelling is more than just entertainment. It is a way that we build community. We share our cultures and we practice language. And also, it helps us understand one another more deeply. For our students, this is an enriching experience because it gives them courage to use their voices in both English and Spanish. We celebrate their identities and create connections that go beyond our classrooms. Today, you will hear their personal stories. Some are funny, moving, powerful. Everyone is a reminder that your voice matters.
Quizás se pregunten, ¿por qué un Story Slam? Contar historias es mucho más que entretenimiento. Es una manera de crear comunidad, compartir nuestras culturas, practicar el idioma y comprendernos más profundamente. Para nuestros estudiantes, esta es una experiencia enriquecedora porque les da el valor de usar sus voces en inglés y en español, celebrar su identidad y crear conexiones a que van más allá del salón de clase. Hoy van a escuchar historias personales que son divertidas, conmovedoras y poderosas. Cada una nos recuerda que la voz de cada persona importa.
Before we continue, we'd like to take a quick moment to thank those who made this event possible. A huge, and I mean a huge thank you to Mr. Tony Boff, or Mr. Tony Toledo. He helped us secure a grant from the Massachusetts Cultural Council and for connecting us to the amazing Nestor Gomez. We're deeply grateful for the time that you have both spent with us yesterday and today. So let's give them a really strong round of applause. And I'd also like to thank you all, our amazing students. There were many of you who are not up here on stage that participated over the past 2 days. We've been honored to hear your stories, and we're thankful to be a part of those stories every day.
Antes de continuar, queremos tomar un momento para agradecer a los que hicieron este evento posible. Un enorme agradecimiento al señor Boff por su dedicación en planear y organizar este Story Slam. Y también expresamos nuestra gratitud profunda al Mass Cultural Council, cuyo subsidio brindó el apoyo financiero para este evento. Sin su generosidad, esta experiencia tan enriquecedora para nuestros estudiantes no sería posible. Un aplauso a ellos, por favor.
All right, now let's get started. Please join me in giving your full attention and a lot of warm support for these very brave student storytellers.
Así que vamos a comenzar, ¿eh? All right. Los pedimos su atención y su apoyo hacia nuestros narradores estudiantiles. Toma mucho coraje el estar parado aquí y contarles la historia, así que por favor apóyenlos, ¿ok? Por primero tenemos a María Pérez Ramírez, la cual nos va a contar sobre su experiencia en la escuela.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I present, my name is Maria Katy Perez Ramirez, and I am from Guatemala. Today, I want to share my experience with you in the United States and the school. My first day, I was excited, and my first day at the school was difficult because everything confused me. The rules school, I think, not understand. But now I understand. And I think I got because he helped me every day, and now I speak some English, and thank all my teacher for paying attention me, and I help me, especially Mr. Smith. I speak in Spanish now. Hola, muy buenas tardes a cada uno de ustedes. Me presento, mi nombre es María Katy Pérez Ramírez, soy de Guatemala. El día de hoy quiero compartir con ustedes mi experiencia al llegar aquí en Estados Unidos, también mi primer día aquí en la escuela. Mi primer día en Estados Unidos me sentía muy emocionada, feliz de conocer a Estados Unidos, el lugar famoso que se escucha. Me sentía muy emocionada de conocerlo, de conocer la nieve y todo eso. Y mi primer día en la escuela me sentí muy triste y muy confundida porque no sabía nada, no entendía nada lo que decían los maestros. Pero ahora entiendo algo de lo que dicen los maestros y lo que dicen mis maestros en mis clases. Le doy gracias a Dios porque me ayudó muchas veces, todos los días me ayuda para hablar en inglés. No hablo 100%, pero doy lo mejor de mí para hablar en inglés. Hoy quiero decirte, joven señorita, quizá dices, no voy a lograr aprender inglés. Todos vamos a poder hablar en inglés. Si yo pude, ustedes también pudieron. Si Dios nos ayudó, todos podemos. Y muchísimas gracias por escucharme y que pasen feliz día. Gracias.
All right, next up we have Aisatu Jallo. She'll be telling us about reuniting with her mother.
During my freshman year, I applied for my passport. This was very important to me because in 8 years, I hadn't seen my family back at home. I hadn't seen my mother. So we applied during my freshman year. And I waited. The expected one was 6 to 12 months. And each time, the agency kept telling me that we needed proof of legal custody, proof of my existence, proof of birth certificate, proof of everything. So once I got in all the documents, they asked for more. And still, I brought it in. So now, every single day, I was waiting through the mailbox, waiting for my passport, you know? I wanted to see my mother. I wanted to see my family. So after 2 years, my passport still hadn't come in, so I had lost interest. I stopped calling the agency. I stopped waiting, and I stopped hoping that I would see my family again. This year, I said, during the summer, I said I would just focus on work and I would focus on my internships. But one day when I got back from work, it was there. It was in the mailbox. I opened it, and as soon as I opened it, I called my mom and I told her to book me a ticket. A week later, I was in France. I was reunited with her, and it felt like that I had never left her. Everything was normal. It felt like I had lived with her all my life, you know? So we also went to go visit some family members. We went to my cousin's house. We celebrated my cousin's birthday at home, and after that, we said we want to go to a restaurant, you know, to make a big deal out of it. So I was kind of frustrated that day because we had been walking, visiting places, and I was starving, you know? So we went to a restaurant, we waited, and kept waiting, and I said to myself, well, I'm hungry. Well, I said to them, I'm hungry. So a few minutes later, a group of staff walked in and started singing happy birthday. And in my mind, because it was my cousin's birthday a few days ago, I was thinking that we were celebrating his birthday, but they were all staring at me. They were all saying happy birthday to me. But my birthday hadn't happened yet. It was in November. But what they wanted to do was celebrate all the missed birthdays, you know? And it made me really happy. And after we went back home, they celebrated my 18th birthday, which hadn't happened yet. And now it feels like to me that I'm already 18 because we celebrated with them, you know? So I don't need my birthday no more. From now on, it's in August, not November. Thank you. My mind is buzzing.
All right, up next, próximo, vamos a tener a Daniel que nos va a contar sobre un accidente y al lastimarse la pierna, ¿eh? Serious car accident story coming up by Daniel.
Pues pasó una vez. Lo que pasa es que yo un día estaba yendo de regreso de mi escuela. Mi escuela quedaba demasiado lejos de mi casa y cuando yo estaba en Guatemala, Yo en ese momento yo solo tenía una moto la cual usaba para transportarme. Yo yendo por un lugar, yendo de camino, entre medio había un lugar que tenía los caminos divididos en cruz. Yo yendo por el camino principal, el camino que torneaba hacia la derecha, venía un carro de repente. En ese momento, el carro impacta sobre mi pierna, también volcando la moto encima mío, la cual también me provocó una quemadura en la parte de atrás de la pierna. Y en ese momento el Señor, muy amable, Él se detuvo, se preocupó por mí, me dijo cómo estaba, si estaba bien. Entonces, yo muy amablemente, lo que muchos haríamos, Señor, muchas gracias por su ayuda, pero ¿cómo quedó la moto? Yo sabiendo, yo teniendo una idea errónea sobre mis padres, teniendo como primera idea, ¿qué regaño me caerá de este accidente que tuve ahora? Entonces, en ese momento yo, con las fuerzas que me quedaba, agarré la moto nuevamente, afortunadamente no le pasó nada, regresé a mi casa, solo guardé la moto en donde la solemos parquear, donde la solemos guardar, no dije nada. Escondí mis heridas, las estuve escondiendo como por una semana, curándome yo solo, sin decir nada. Cuando mi mayor miedo llegó un día al cual mi mamá se dio cuenta, descubrió que yo estaba escondiendo una gran quemadura en la parte de atrás de la pierna. Y como yo sabía, pues mi mamá se puso a llorar, ella descubrió que yo tuve un accidente. Se puso a llorar, pero no por la razón que yo pensaba. Ella se puso a llorar no porque el accidente pasó, sino que porque no desde el primer momento les dije. Entonces, desde ese momento, mis padres hablaron conmigo, supe que la primera persona en que tendríamos que confiar son en nuestros propios padres, que ellos son los que siempre nos han criado y siempre están para nosotros. Y desde ese día, pues, llevo una linda moraleja y se quedó como un pequeño susto. Gracias.
All right, up next we have the sweet Janalis Rodriguez telling us about her birthday party.
So ever since I was a little girl, I've always wanted to become a princess, no matter what. And Beauty and the Beast was my favorite princess. And then I realized, being Hispanic, I can be my own princess by having a quinceañera. However, I had a Sweet 16, same thing. And for those who don't know, it takes a long time to prepare for something like this. But me and my family thought that only at least 4 months was just gonna suffice for making this party happen. So the date was coming up, and I realized I had no damas, I had no chambelans, I didn't have a dance, I didn't even have my dress, and all the stress was coming to me. But then I did get my dress, I did get all the things that I needed, but when the day came, I was late to my own party. And I was just so overwhelmed by the fact that everything was done late, everything was so last minute, that before I even put on my dress, I went into my room and I just cried my eyes out. And my mom entered and she saw me ugly crying, literally all of my makeup on my face. And she was like, "This is your day and you are gonna be beautiful and this is gonna be a day for you to remember." And she was right. As I entered my party, everyone hyped me up. I was like, the guys. And I was so happy, and a lot of crying happened, and a lot of drama, and a lot of twerking, and a lot of dancing, and all that stuff. And yeah, it was definitely a day to remember. And looking back, all that stress was for nothing, because at the end of the day, it was a good day for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Janalis. Up next, we're going to have Aida Zacarias. She's going to tell us about an experience in the hostel. Nos va a contar sobre su experiencia en un albergue.
Buenas tardes para todos. Voy a contar una experiencia que tuve en el albergue o algo que le pasa a uno cuando uno es emigrante en este país. Cuando yo vine al albergue, yo no conocía a nadie, ningún maestro, no tenía amigos, ni amigas, ni nada. Y pasó el tiempo, tal vez tenía 5 o 10 días de estar ahí cuando una maestra me dijo, vamos a ir a pasear a la playa. Yo dije, estoy feliz, estoy contenta porque voy a ir a pasear. Y cuando yo llegué al mero ahí adentro, al lugar, entonces me dice la maestra, me dice, ahora no vienes a nadar aquí, vienes a levantar basura. Y yo me quedé como que, me dijeron que a nadar venía y no. Y después yo empecé a levantar basura y etcétera. Y después cuando me fui a la orilla de la playa, habían unas niñas ahí y me reempujaron así al fondo del mar, del agua. Y yo me asusté mucho y tardé como 5 minutos y yo dije, aquí me quedo, me voy a morir. Y después fue una niña y me levantó y yo me puse feliz otra vez porque estaba con vida. Y también voy a cantar un canto de Guatemala. Guatemala mía tan primorosa, adorada tierra donde nací. Hoy vengo a decirte en mi dulce canto que te llevo dentro del corazón. Hoy vengo a decirte en mi dulce canto que te llevo dentro del corazón. Paraíso eterno que Dios formará, donde dio su vida Tecunumán. Guatemala mía, amo tu bandera, a tu monja blanca y a tu quetzal. Guatemala mía, amo tu bandera, a tu monja blanca y a tu quetzal. Gracias.
Wow. Thank you. Before I announce the next storyteller, I just want to remind you how brave these students are to stand up here in front of 600 classmates. And I'd like to ask you to make sure that you're giving them your full attention. All right, now let's hear from Hiba Al-Shiblawi telling us about her first time traveling to Morocco.
Hi everyone. So when I was like 6, 7 years old, I was with my family and they told me that we were going to Morocco for the first time. And I was very nervous because I didn't know that I had so many like aunts and uncles and cousins. And everything was very new to me. I didn't really know that much Arabic myself. So I was very nervous to like communicate with them and how everything was going to turn out. So when I first arrived there, I expected like them to hate me or like just not try to get along with me or try not getting to know me. But over time, I started to learn Arabic and I became like more close with my cousins and I learned about my culture and like their food and the traditions and their like holidays and stuff. And I'm very proud to be a part of that. And thank you guys, that's all I have.
Up next, we have Emma Pinto telling us about her most recent birthday.
My sister and I have always been very close growing up because we're only 3 years apart. And this August, she moved into her freshman dorm for college. And at college, she's playing volleyball, so I'm not able to see her a lot or talk to her a lot. And she moved in a week before my birthday, so I had my first birthday party expecting her not to be there. And it was going to be my first birthday without her. And I texted her the week of, and I did it on a Sunday because that's the only day that she's free, so I did it specifically so that I could see her. And she texted me and she said, I'm so sorry, I'm busy, I have to prepare for a game that Monday. And I was devastated because I hadn't seen her in like 2 weeks. And for me, that was a long time because it was the beginning of not living with her. And so the day comes and I'm setting everything up. My whole family's asking me, is Mia gonna come? And I keep on saying, no, she's not coming, she's too busy. And just setting everything up, getting all the food ready was so hard for me because it was everything that we used to do together, and I was doing it alone. And then my mom told me to go into the kitchen to get the food ready and put it out on the table. And I walk in and I see my sister's boyfriend, and I was very confused because we aren't close enough to the point where he would come to a family party without her. So I was really confused. And then I walked into the living room and I see her in the living room with gifts and everything like that. And at that moment, I just burst out into tears because I hadn't seen her in so long and I was going through so much. But that's when I realized like how important she was to me, that like she was my best friend, because I didn't even care about the gifts that she had in her hands. The only thing I cared about was that she was there, and yeah.
Próximo tenemos a Edith Chávez, que nos va a contar sobre su experiencia al llegar a los Estados Unidos. Edith is going to tell us about her arrival to the U.S.
Hola, buenas tardes. Mi historia va a ser sobre los inmigrantes. Lo que pasa a un inmigrante en el camino. Muchos inmigrantes pasan hambre, sed, sueño por poder pasar hacia la frontera. Uno como inmigrante pasa muchas cosas. Yo tenía 13 años cuando decidí venirme a Estados Unidos. Le dije a papá y a mamá que había decidido venirme a Estados Unidos. Pero ellos no me podían ayudar con esa decisión porque era muy pequeña. Y gracias a ellos me apoyaron porque vine acá junto a mi hermana que anda enfrente. Ella es la que anda conmigo siempre. Nos venimos juntas y gracias a Dios estamos acá. Salimos de casa con muchos sueños, muchas metas por poderlos ayudar. Fue un 12 de enero del año de 2024. Salimos a las 2:30 de la mañana. Nos despedimos de papá y mamá con los ojos llorosos. Nos despedimos de familiares. El sueño de un inmigrante es volver a ver a mamá y a papá un día, y si Dios nos permite volver a verlos. Uno de inmigrante pasa muchas cosas. Cuando yo me vine, íbamos viajando 8 días, llegamos a la Ciudad de México. En México nos quedamos 5 días sin comer y sin beber agua. Después de estar en la Ciudad de México, nos viajamos hacia la frontera. 15 días viajando, pudimos cruzar la frontera. Íbamos en un grupo de personas que también eran inmigrantes para cruzar la frontera. La inmigración nos agarraron, con la inmigración tardamos unas horas nada más. Después nos movieron a casa de hogar. En la casa de hogar tardamos 8 días. De 8 días llegamos acá el 3 de febrero del año de 2024. Aquí estoy y gracias por el apoyo que me han dado mis padres. ¿Cuántos inmigrantes guatemaltecos que andan acá? Que levanten la mano. ¿Cuántos de inmigrantes guatemaltecos que han pasado la frontera? Que viva Guate, y los inmigrantes no somos criminales, siempre somos guatemaltecos.
Next up, we have Siana Hernandez Baez. She'll be telling us about a trip to Colombia.
While I was in Colombia, I was expecting my Dominican culture and the Colombian culture to be very similar since they're both Latin countries and Spanish is spoken in both. Well, I was in a hotel room with 3 of my other sisters, and while we were in the hotel room, we'd have a lot of fun and we'd always get noise complaints and we'd always get in trouble, though they would speak Spanish to us. We all speak Spanish, but their accent made us not understand them, so we would just say, okay, but we actually didn't know what was going on. This went on for a couple days until they finally told our parents. Our parents got so mad at us that they didn't let us go out in Colombia for 2 days, so we had to stay in the hotel room bored and without doing anything. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Nermeen Biabani telling us about speaking classical Arabic at age 5.
Hi everyone, my name is Nermeen. I am 17 years old from Tunisia, the only one from Tunisia. When I was 5 years old, I was watching many cartoons to speak classical Arabic. After that, 3 years, I think so, my mom, she started teaching my grandma how to speak English because she was the one coming here and knew about the country, many things not the same in Tunisia, but it's not that difficult because when I learned English, I found it so easy. Not like French, very hard, or like Spanish, but now I have been 3 years here, have many good friends. Some of them be good, but not too much. But the good point, I have the best teacher, Miss Feldman. She helped me a lot in English. Or Miss Amanda, she's very good. Or Miss Don too. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, Nermeen. Next, we have Audley Jean telling us about her first Christmas in the U.S.
Okay, hi everyone, I'm Audley and I came from Dominican Republic. When I first came here last year, I was scared. I thought like here will be like how the movies like Mean Girls. Like when I came through the door, I thought like someone would be like, "What are you doing here?" And I was like so scared and all the stuff. But when I came here, there were like a dance and a sport dance. I started recording because I thought like oh, this is so American, and I was like laughing and all this stuff. But after that, when I came like here and I passed my first like December here, I felt like oh, I felt like I wanted to be like the movies, like the tree, like in DR you don't do those things, like the tree, the chorine and all the stuff. And I woke up, my mom made me like a surprise and she made the tree, she made like gifts. Santa Claus did not came by a roof, it came through the door, but it was so fun because I felt like, oh, Hispanic, they don't do those things. They are just like too American. But that just made me a reminder that even if you're Hispanic or American, you should celebrate the way you want, and you're still a child afterwards. And even the small things could make a huge difference. That's all.
All right. Próximo vamos a tener a Darwin Mauricio Félix, que nos va a contar sobre su experiencia cocinando en casa.
Hola para todos, mi nombre es Darwin. Todo esto comienza con tema de la cocina y yo soy alguien que le gusta mucho la cocina y sobre todo las culturas y todo eso. Y un día de verano, con la mayoría de las personas que les gusta hacer carne asada, voy a la tienda y compro la carne y todo, y voy a la casa, la preparo y todo, y la pongo en el asador, y yo me creía todo un chef, y vamos y todo, digo, y la dejo ahí, y me voy a hacer otras cosas, me pongo a hacer todo el guacamole, las tortillas y todo eso, y que voy a checar la carne, y bien que ya se me había quemado, y yo, o sea, por rescatar lo que quedaba, voy a sacarla, y bien que yo me quemo también. Llego a la cocina y me preguntan, ¿y dónde está la carne? Bam, ¿dónde está? Ya la quemé, hasta yo me quemé, digo. Es todo.
All right, now we have Kayla Rodriguez telling us about her favorite comfort food.
So when I was 5 years old, my mom used to work for this old grumpy lady. No offense to any old ladies out there, but she was just not my favorite. And one time my mom accidentally broke one of her collection like salt shakers, and she would not hear the end of it from this lady. Like she was all up in her ear and everything, and I was just like, oh wow. So my mom was like really anxious, and I like could have sworn I'd seen some tears, but like a few hours later, she was making me food. And I was upstairs, she was downstairs because I was 5 years old and I was watching Paw Patrol in the guest room. And she was, I smelled this aroma come from the kitchen and it smelled divine. It smelled awesome. So my mom called me downstairs and I saw what she made. She made picadillo with rice and egg with my ginger ale because I love it. And now that I've grown up, I've sort of started making it on my own. And this last year, I started going through a hard time where I wasn't talking to anybody, not even my parents. And one day, I smelled the same aroma that I smelled like when I was younger, and I just felt like someone was like hugging me or like comforting me. So my mom called me and I saw what was on the plate, and it was the same food that I had when I was younger. And I realized by then that at the end of the day, my mom will always be there to hear me out, and she knows what I feel and what I think. Thank you.
Next, we have Samia Minkari telling us about her Moroccan culture.
Since I was little, me and my family would always visit Morocco, and we would always visit my grandma's house. So we would like hang out, spend time at her house. Just those like little moments, you know what I mean? Like having food, like a cup of tea, or like just walking outside at night. Just like those little things I cherish, because when I grow up, you're just never gonna have those like moments. So, so that right there, like, even though Morocco is like countries away, like I still carry its invisible force with me, and that right there defines me as a person. Thank you.
Ok. Por último, vamos a tener a Marilyn González Cisneros, que también nos va a contar sobre su experiencia trasladando a los Estados Unidos.
Hi. As many people know me, I'm Allie. I'm going to talk about when I moved here to the United States. The last time I was in Guatemala, I was 9. We decided to move to United States because something bad happened to my family. I didn't want to. My home, my school, everything was my own Guatemala. We moved to United States. They sent us back to Mexico. It was a weird transition. I was like sad, but at the same time, I met so many people. Mexico's up. I love Mexico. I went to school. It was like my new home. I was in school. My mom called the school I was, and she told them I need my daughter. I was like, oh, okay. I went home, and she told me, we're going to the United States. It was like so weird. We were in the United States the same day that she told me. I didn't want to be there. I was like, I want to go back to Mexico. I don't want to be here. But we stayed because of the opportunities we had in the United States. I live in Houston, Texas, in 2 homes. Then I moved to Los Angeles. I live like in 3 houses. I went to school. Then here, I'm living like in a lot of houses. Here in Boston, I live like in 4 houses. I went to 3 different schools. I don't know, but at the end of the day, I realized that thanks to all the places and school I've been through, I learned how to make friends, how to make new connections, and yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Can you guys please stand up?
Un fuerte aplauso.
We're very proud of you, and you should be very proud of yourselves.
Estamos muy orgullosos de ustedes y ustedes también deben estar muy orgullosos de ustedes mismos.
Thank you. All right, and now we're going to turn the mic over to the boss.
Ahora va a hablar el jefe.
I'm going to tell you one story, but before I tell you one story, I just want to mention something. These kids were amazing. And I've been to many shows, and when you do an amazing show, the audience actually stand up to their feet and they clap. So I will ask you to please give them the respect that they deserve. Get up on your feet and give them a real round of applause. All right. I was invited to a school, and I thought it was going to be a school just like this, a high school, where I could tell my stories to kids, and they would listen to my stories, and then they would share their own stories. But it happened to be a different school. It happened to be a kindergarten school. And I have never told stories to kindergarten kids. But I've been telling stories for like 10 years. I'm like, no problem, I'm a professional, I'm gonna do it. So I started telling a story to these kids. And a story about my dogs, which usually takes about 6 minutes, was constantly interrupted by comments like, I have a dog too. Or comments like, I have a cat. Or my mom doesn't let me have a cat. I spent about 15 minutes and I still couldn't tell these kids the story. I spent half an hour without being able to tell the kids the story. To be honest with you, kindergarten kids are my kryptonite. I don't know if it's because they see me and they see somebody as short as they are, and they don't see me as a teacher, they see me as another kindergarten, or is it because I get easily distracted when they get distracted and they start eating their boogers? But I couldn't tell these kids a story like I usually do. Half an hour went through and the bell rang and the kids started to leave. I had another kindergarten class that I had to tell a story to. And I started to think, maybe I should tell the teacher that I'm feeling sick, that I have diarrhea, that I had to go home because my wife is in the hospital. Maybe I had to make up an excuse, so I don't have to tell a story to these other kids because it's going to be another disaster. But before I could say anything, the bell rang and the kids started to fill up the auditorium. It was another kindergarten class. I tried to start telling them a story, and again, they started to interrupt the story. It was going to be another disaster. So I decided I'm going to try something new. When my kids were little, I told the kindergarten kids, I taught them the ABCs. We know our ABCs, they responded. Okay, let me hear you. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. They continued singing, and I let them finish the ABC song. When they were done, I told them, good job, but that's not the story that I told my kids. This is the ABC that I taught my kids. I started singing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, that's the ABC in Spanish. I told a kindergarten class, how many of you speak Spanish? And a bunch of little kids started raising their hands, just like I knew they would. I am a Latino. Y yo sé que mi raza, my people, we are everywhere. Where are the Latinos here? See, I told you, we are everywhere. And in that kindergarten class, there were a bunch of Latinos. So I asked the kids, I asked the little kids, does anybody wants to come here and help me teach the rest of the class the ABC in Spanish? And some of them got up to the front of the class. Some of them got up to the front of the class and started to tell the ABC in Spanish. When the ABC in Spanish was done, I was happy because I look at the little kids and I could see in them the representation that I didn't have when I was going to school. When I was going to school, all the stories and all the lessons that we learned were all about people that didn't look or sounded like me. And now I was teaching them to this kindergarten class, I was giving them the representation that I didn't have. My immigrant heart was so happy. But then we finished the Spanish song, and the kids sat back down, and I look up, I still have 15 more minutes to go. I didn't know what to do because they were going to start eating the boogers, they were going to start playing. I didn't know what to do before it became a disaster when suddenly another kid raised her hand. I know my numbers in Portuguese. And I invited her to the front of the class, and she told her numbers in Portuguese to the rest of the class. Then a bunch of other kids raised their hand. We know our numbers in Chinese. And before I could even invite them, they came to the front of the class and they shared the numbers in Chinese. We even have a little girl that spoke Arabic. It was so beautiful. I was so happy, and my heart was beating out of my heart, out of happiness and emotion. And then the bell rang, and the kids took off. A teacher came over after the class was over, and she was so happy. She said, oh my God, that was amazing. I'm like, I know, I'm a really good storyteller. And she's like, no. The little girl that spoke Portuguese, she just moved to the district. She's been here for like 2 weeks. This is the first time that we ever hear her speaking. The teacher started to cry. And because I'm a man, I couldn't be started crying right there, right? So I'm like, oh, it's okay, I gotta go. And I ran out of the classroom, and I went back to my car because it was time for me to leave. But when I got to my car, I started crying. I started crying like a little baby, thinking about the time when I'm getting to this country, that I couldn't speak because I used to stutter, that I was undocumented, that I couldn't speak the language, I didn't know any English, I didn't have a voice, and now I gave these little kids a voice. And the most amazing thing, remember the faces of the little kids as they saw a friend up on stage and sharing the language, proud of the language, and listen to sharing their own language. It was like a window into the kind of country that America should be. I got so happy, and I started my car, and as I started driving with tears in my eyes, I started to sing a little song. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening to our stories. Thank you. How are we doing on time? Do we have more time for more? Okay, I told another story. The mic is going on and off, though.
We just changed the batteries.
All right. Okay, you want to hear one more story? Oh, you got another one there? Hello. Okay. We're having problems with the mic, but that's okay. When I first came to this country, I had my own traditions in Guatemala. So I was very surprised when I came to this country and things were so different in this country. For example, in Guatemala, everybody spoke Spanish. Here, everybody speaks English. In Guatemala, we have stores where we go and buy the sugar and the milk and the stuff that we need. But here in the United States, they have amazing stores that are so big that you could get lost in those stores. They are way too big. And another thing that was very strange to me was traditions. Because here in the United States, people open the presents early on Christmas morning. In Guatemala, we open our presents the night before at midnight. So when people here are just finding out what they got for presents, we already at the store getting our money back or getting something else in exchange. Another thing I couldn't understand was Easter, because there's a bunny that lays eggs that are made of chocolate, and it has something to do with religion. I don't get it. But the very, very confusing thing, the most confusing thing for me was Halloween. My parents spent my whole life telling me, don't take things from strangers. And in this country, they dress you up, your parents dress you up, and then they take you to the house of a stranger so the stranger can give you candies. And the craziest thing is that everybody's wearing a mask. And everybody's happy and everybody's wearing masks in Guatemala. If you see anybody wearing a mask, you better run. Because they're going to rob you, they're going to kidnap you, or worse. But here, everybody wears a mask, and everybody's happy, and that's how they celebrate Halloween. We celebrate El Día de los Muertos. We go to the cemetery, and we put flowers on the resting places of our family members. Here is very different. I did not understand Halloween for a long time. But until I have been living here for about 15 years, I finally one day decided I need to celebrate Halloween. I need to start doing the tradition the way that the Americans do it. So I'm going to celebrate Halloween. But I'm very cheap. So I wasn't going to go to the store and spend $300 on a Superman suit that was going to make me look like Mighty Mouse because I'm too short. I wasn't going to spend too much money on a costume, so I went to the stores that I like, the stores that I love, the thrift stores. And I went to a bunch of thrift stores until I found everything that I needed. I needed white Converse. I needed a black pair of pants. I needed a white shirt with black stripes, a black jacket, and I needed a little French hat. I found everything that I needed, and I put my costume together. I look at myself in the mirror. I'm like, perfect, perfect. I spent $20, which to me is a lot of money. So I wanted to make my money back. So I decided, in order to make my $20 back, I'm going to go to a club where they have a Halloween costume contest and win that money that they have for a prize. So I got my car and I drove to the club in the middle of Chicago, and they charged me $20 to park. So now I $40 down. And they charged me $10 to get in, so now I'm $50 down. And I go into the club, and they start calling people to the stage. Superman, yay! Wonder Woman, yes! Spider-Man, yes! Then they call me. And the MC looks at me and says, who are you supposed to be? And I look at the MC, you don't know who I am? And the MC goes, yes, I know who you are. You are a mime. What? I say, a mime. One of those people that's in a cage made out of glass and they cannot talk. I'm like, I'm talking to you, fool. So I cannot be a mime because I'm talking. And he says, so who are you? Who are you supposed to be? And I say, I'm Chompiras. And some of you who know who Chompiras is, but most people, especially people there at that time, didn't know who Chompiras was. Chompiras is a character of a famous Mexican comedian called Chespirito. In Guatemala, I used to watch Chespirito. I used to watch El Chavo del Ocho. And in fact, if we were playing soccer and Chespirito started, we stopped playing soccer and we ran inside the house. If we were about to have dinner, my mother would not cook dinner until Chespirito was over. Everybody in Latin America, Guatemala, Mexico, El Salvador, Honduras, Dominican Republic, Cuba, Puerto Rico, Brazil, Argentina, Chile, everybody was Chespirito. Everybody know who Chompiras was. But here in Chicago, nobody knew who Chompiras was, so I did not win the contest. So the next night, I wanted to make my money back because I already lost $50, and I decided that I'm gonna go to another club to see if I can win the contest. And I get to the club, and I had to pay $20 to get in. And as I'm trying to get in, the security guard looks at me and he says, "You are not coming here." And I say, "Why not?" Because he was really tall. And he said, "You cannot come here because you're wearing a hat." And I say, "This hat is part of the costume." Well, people that wear hats here in Chicago, they're usually gangbangers, and we don't let people with hats to come in because then they start fighting. I'm like, "I'm not a gangbanger, this is part of the costume." And then he starts telling me that I cannot come in, and I want to start fighting with him, and we start to have a big argument. So he calls another security guard, and the next security guard comes and explains what happens, and I try to tell him, and he says, "Yes, I know, the hat is part of the costume." And I look at the security guard, "You know who I am?" And he's like, "Go inside, go inside." And as I go inside, I can hear cumbia, pam, 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 pam. I could hear the merengue. I can hear the bachata. I can hear the salsa. It's Latin night at the club. And as soon as I get in, everybody's, "Chompiras, Chompiras." Guys are buying me drinks. Girls want to take pictures with me. Everybody know who Chompiras is. The contest gets started, and they call somebody that's dressing as a Superman. Yay! They call somebody who's dressing as Spider-Man. Yes, they call me, and everybody's, "Chompiras, Chompiras, Chompiras." The MC says that he's gonna call 3 people to decide who's the first place, the second place, and the third place. They call me to the stage. So the second time I come to the stage, and behind me comes a friend of mine, and I stand on the stage, and my friend takes off my hat, starts combing my hair, and then he pretends to slap me. And I do that because that's what Chompiras did on the TV show. And everybody in the club was crazy. Everybody started screaming, "Chompiras, Chompiras, Chompiras." The DJ starts playing a little song. Pum, 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 pa, 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 pum, 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 pa, 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 pum, which was the theme song of Chespirito. And the whole club is dancing and having fun, and I won first place, and I won $500 that night. And tonight, all of you are winners. You are all winners because you heard some amazing stories today, but I'm not gonna give you any money because I'm cheap, but you got something better than money. You got knowledge. Because before my story, you probably didn't know about Chompiras, you didn't know about Chespirito. And before my story, you probably heard that immigrants, we come to this country to eat cats, to eat dogs. You probably heard that we come to this country to force our language on you, to force our traditions on you. But now you know through my story and through the stories of the students that we come to this country to learn your language and to learn your traditions. And we take those traditions and we put a little flavor on them. We make them better. We make them ours. And isn't that, exactly that, the contributions of immigrants from all over the world that truly make this country great? Thank you.
All right. Can you put the lights up?
In time for announcements.
Just in time for announcements.